Hello, everyone. Alexandra here. Take a Chance on You is all about the human side of industry. We're still in the early days, but we're very much fast moving and we want your help. If you want to partner with Take a Chance on You, if you want to get involved any way that you can, we are always looking for fresh faces to come to the table and share their stories. Founders, entrepreneurs, leaders, young talent, nobody is exempt and everybody has a seat at this table. We want to inspire, we want to aspire to be great. We want to talk about business, we want to get deep into the weeds of wellness, burnout, resiliency, offering out those strategies to audiences. Without further ado, let's dive into the podcast. Welcome back to the Take a Chance on You podcast, hosted by me, Alexandra Forsyth. I am so excited today to be coming to you with a debrief of CreatorFest. This was a 2-day festival talking about the creator economy here in London, and I'll be talking about that today in terms of a roundup. For those unfamiliar with the live activation side of Take a Chance on You, I go to events such as London Tech Week, podcast show, longevity show, and now CreatorFest with the intention that I'll speak to speakers, organizers, attendees about the industry of that event, why it matters, where we're heading in terms of strategy, recommendations, and then I'll come back onto Take a Chance on You and give you the all important debrief. If you follow me online, and this isn't a plug, it is if you follow me on LinkedIn and now Substack, I will be putting out the written words, so the article. I do sometimes also get it published in the media. Podcasting Today is a fantastic platform with all the latest news within the podcast world. I have had a few of my articles from Podcast Show, London Tech Week, and Longevity Show published there. So I'll link it all in the show notes for you to go and read and have a look at. So alongside the spoken words, which is me talking now, either listening audio or watching me video, you can also go and read about it. I think it's really beneficial to have multiple ways that you can interact with me and with the podcast Take a Chance on You. So I'm so excited to talk about that today. I am also going to be talking about some of the digital partners that I have decided to partner with for Take a Chance on You. I'm very selective in who I choose to come on board because I think the team, the people, and the brands that you have around you in the early days really will shape and make your brand and your content and your platform the best it ultimately can be. So I've taken my time. I've done a lot of due diligence. I have some really exciting partners coming up. And if you do want the opportunity to collaborate, please get in touch. I will also link my website and I'll link my link tree. Super excited about that. And then lastly, I'm going to be talking about a very special live event that I'm getting involved in. It is in the US, so I will be doing it virtually, but that is also coming up a little bit later on in the podcast. So without further ado, let's get started. CreatorFest. The event itself, I went to I think 6 talks on day one. I didn't just go to the talks. I was on the exhibitor floor. A couple of brands I think are doing some exceptional work, and the people behind those brands is really what I feed into their energy and the way that they describe their work. There were also some activations in terms of helping creators with burnout, with content, how to build their pipeline, how to build their personal and business brand. So again, I thought that was a fantastic way to offer out guidance strategies to creators. It's not always just about the talks, it's who you meet on the day, it's your network. As the saying goes, your network is your net worth. My takeaways and what I thought we should be doing in the creator economy. This, I think, very much aligns with the day and with the speakers. There was a huge emphasis on partnerships and a huge emphasis on co-curation. Needing to feel authentic, needing to feel aligned with the brand that you decide to partner with. That brand partnership can be short term and it can be long term. It could be a short term campaign, 30 days, or 3 months, a quarter. It can be long term in terms of a yearly campaign. it depends on where you're at in terms of your content creation. Is it just short form content that you're putting out online, your Instagram, your TikTok? Do you have a podcast or something similar where you live stream, where you share content, which is 40 minutes to an hour long at a time? You do that repeatedly every week, every couple of weeks, on a monthly basis. So when it comes to that brand partnership, you are thinking long term, because that's what you need in order for your platform to grow and for it to thrive. So there was a huge emphasis placed on that in terms of storytelling, building your narrative, purpose. I talk about purpose all the time because it influences my work on a day-to-day basis. What is the impact I'm creating? Acts of service. Why am I showing up? What is my core mission? Why am I here? Why did I decide to create Take a Chance on You? If you look back at day one of the podcast, I came on and gave a spotlight. So much of what we do online is try to find out as much as we can about the person behind the business and the brand. It's relatability. We resonate with stories, with lived experiences, hardships, challenges. How many of us can say that actually we enjoy listening to the failures more than the successes? Not because we want to see people fail. It's because through the hard times, through the challenges, through overcoming the obstacles that come your way, success is on the horizon. We can relate to that. We can resonate with that. We can't relate to somebody who's just constantly achieving huge amounts of success, which inevitably we want. We do want in the long run, in the next 5 to 10 years, to just more success compound effect over time. But in the beginning, when you're starting a business, being an entrepreneur, being a freelancer, being a content creator, there comes a lot of challenges that we need to hear about. So I think partnerships, taking the brand along with you on the journey, telling your story from a founder perspective, please do not wait for permission on that. Comparison came up a lot when I was talking to creators. I think the algorithm, the feed online, it isn't helping. You're wanting to show up, you're wanting to be intentional and to get your key message across, but then you're seeing somebody doing so well and has possibly been going for the same amount of time as you, but somehow they've managed to push through at a faster rate. That's making you compare, self-sabotage, burnout. I talk about burnout a lot in my journey because I've gone through it 3 times. I argue that I'm always in burnout, to be perfectly honest. There are coping mechanisms for me now. I do a lot of breath work, somatic meditation every single day. I do breath work for 10 minutes in the morning. I do a somatic meditation in the evening. When I wake up, the first 10 minutes, I listen to affirmations, and it just replays and reaffirms to me that I am abundant, that I am prosperous, that I'm going to live a fantastic life. That's how I cope with daily challenges, daily struggles that I am in as I grow my business. It's just the way it is. So you have to know yourself as well and do a lot of inner work. I think to begin with, partnerships, if you want to partner with brands, if you want to co-create, if you want to build a long lasting community, if you want people to resonate with you, and if you want them to relate to your journey, you've got to tell it. Of course, do it within your own remit, what makes you comfortable. I have always said opening up and being extremely vulnerable online isn't really my bag, because I am very business oriented. I am somebody who wants to come on and help you, the listener, as much as I can. And that means through content, through strategies, through recommendations, through the guests on the podcast, on the platform in general, through the live activations. That's where my skill set lies. But as I've said, it is becoming more apparent with the founder story that you do need to open up and you do need to be vulnerable and share as much as you are willing to share and be comfortable with. But don't wait on that, because it could do you the world of good. And the partners that you want, they will come to the forefront as well. I've written about live events since the beginning of this year. I was already thinking about it late last year. Netflix have just announced that they're investing in shows, more programs. I think the format of podcasting is, if not shifting, already has done. For example, I did say that I was on season 2. I think it's been about 6-7 months of season 2. I wish I hadn't said it, to be honest, and just carried on, because I would rather just have a repeated flow. Guests come on, we talk about the industry, then we move into well-being, we talk about resiliency, burnout, leadership, etc. That's the format of Take a Chance on You. So I would like to keep it there. Whereas for some, having a season, batching the episodes, 20 episodes, and then moving on to the next, that's more comfortable for people. It's all about respect and trust and repeatability now. It's less about the fluff, and it's less about, oh, here's a product I like, and here's the review, and a get ready with me, and spend the day in my life. Yes, people still want that type of content, but I do feel the landscape's evolving. We want to know, well, how did you get from A to B? We want to know the struggles, we want to know the challenges, and then we want to know what can we do to also get us there. Buying into that founder story was a really cool part of CreatorFest. It's something that I try to do with the podcast, either on my own or through the guests. It is something that I will be diving into more in the next couple of weeks when I have partners come on as part of the next phase of the podcast. So I think leaving it there for CreatorFest. What I want to talk about next was some of the brand partners that I have decided to align with. You will be able to find them on my website along with the relevant links, which I will share in the show notes. I'm very intentional and very selective with who I choose to partner with for Take a Chance on You. And the reason being is because I want to offer you as many discounts, freebies as I can, as many strategies as well. So I've decided to partner with Riverside, Blinkist, and Granola AI. Haven't spoken too much about AI today. I talk about it a lot in the different podcast episodes. Granola AI is a note-taking app. I was recommended to use this, I think around 3-4 months ago. And you download it, start your meeting, and it will give you a summary of the meeting. Essentially, that's it. You don't need to do anything. You just sync your calendar. I'm offering 1 month off the business plan. And I would say trial it, see how you feel. I am a big advocate for taking notes manually, so writing them down. I still do it now. Doesn't matter what type of tool I use within the AI and tech space, I will always still go back to traditional methods. I think it's okay to have both. I think it's okay to write down your to-do list, and I think it's okay to then have an automated way of having a roundup of your meeting notes, because I will forget something. I can't follow everything along, especially when I'm talking as well. So to have something alongside that is most beneficial. There are tons of different apps out there, but Granola is one that I keep coming back to, and it's on my desktop. You can download it. It's quick and easy to do. So sticking with the theme of intentionality, I would really recommend Granola. And as I say, the digital partners and my brand partners are all available on my website to have a look through. I think it's important that I come on and talk to you about them. So again, it can instill a bit of trust that I haven't just partnered with anybody. There's a reason why. My second digital partner is Blinkist. This was recommended to me through a guest. So if you actually go back to the early episodes of season 2, James Tomlinson, who came on to talk about Sprint Partner, which he is the CEO and founder of his company. We were talking about the founder routine in the morning. And one thing that James likes to do is listen to bite-size roundups of books. Blinkist is that tool. And actually, it's for books and podcasts. So when I use the app myself, you can also listen to podcasts. So very keeping with the theme of Take a Chance on You. If you are a podcaster out there, or if you're an avid reader and you do only have 10 to 15 minutes, honestly, that's all I have. One thing that I do find when I'm walking to my workspace in the morning, I'm going for a walk at lunch or in the evening, I'll listen to a summary. What I've noticed as well, it's not the algorithm, but they offer a free Blink every day. So in the morning, they will offer you a free book to listen to. For some reason at the minute, it's filled with self-development and wellness. And obviously that's for me, because that's the genre of the podcast and what I'm up to. So it's fitting that I'm now able to offer my partnership with them. So you can go and check that out. And lastly, my third partner is Riverside. I've used Riverside, which is the audio and video platform for podcasting, since day one. So when I launched the podcast in February 2025, I was in the studio. However, I used to use Riverside to edit the podcast. edit the short form clips that I'd film on my phone, because you can upload anything that you like. Riverside has just updated the editor as well. There's new features which I'm going to attend a tutorial of soon. I will be hosting masterclasses, hopefully with Riverside in the future, to show you a live demo how I edit, because I use it for everything. Still use it now, even though I've got production for the podcast, and I will have going forward, just because I love the tool. So I'm so happy to be partnered with Riverside. So offering a 14-day trial and then 20% off the selected plan. Message me if you want any help. So happy to guide you through Riverside. Like I said, I still use it now for my podcast, and hopefully we'll be doing some work with them in the future. And lastly, I will be doing live events in the US as part of a episode with Pod Duty hosted by Jeff Revealer. We will be talking about the podcast industry, where live events are going, and I will share that content when I can. So I think that's it for today. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone for tuning in, and I'll speak to you all very soon. Bye.